Ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, I'm gonna break down the exact finances that you need to start up a e-commerce store. For those that are new to the channel, my name is Marcus Slam. I'm a 7-figure e-commerce entrepreneur, and I make videos like these to help struggling dropshippers get to $10,000 a month profit using the power of high ticket dropshipping. And the truth is, I am just sick and tired of people investing their hard-earned money into courses, programs, mentorships that are promoting a faulty business model. The truth is that there's just so much misinformation in the dropshipping market. We don't live in an information era, we live in a misinformation era. And my goal of my channel is to give you guys the best filtered information for dropshipping in 2024 and onwards. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, because in today's video, I'm gonna break down all of the numbers that it costs for me to start up my 7-figure high ticket dropshipping store, and just show you guys what it costs so that if you are interested in starting an e-commerce business, you could get started right now. So let's get right into the video. But before we get into the video, I think it's very important for us to highlight the results of the person that's gonna talk about the video. So I'm gonna do a quick refresh on some of my results from May 1st to May 30th. As you guys can see, we did $135,000 with an 18% customer return rate with a total of 44 orders. And that is the power of high ticket dropshipping, guys. I spent about $4,000 on Google ads, and we were able to generate over multiple 6 figures through the same business model. So make sure you guys pay attention to the video. Let's get right into it. All right, so first let's get started by understanding the world of e-commerce by breaking down the differences between low ticket dropshipping and high ticket dropshipping. Inside the world of dropshipping, you have low ticket and high ticket. High ticket are products that are high perceived value, they are higher price point. Low ticket are products that are lower perceived value, lower price points. And the best way you could think about it is, do you want to sell a cheap item to the masses at quantity levels, or do you want to sell an item less to the masses, more to just a specific target audience of people, but higher quality, higher price point, less orders to handle? So from my experience with dropshipping, I started off doing low ticket, and I found success by finding a product, and I ended up selling it to like $2 million in revenue until I learned how much bandwidth and capabilities that you need to sustain a low ticket dropshipping store. Whether you are going into private labeling or 3PL or getting your own warehouse, there's just so much logistic headaches that go into building out a dropship biz in the long run for the masters. That's what you see all the gurus out there are doing. They're doing either private label, 3PL, where they're finding products from TikTok and then they're branding it. And there's a lot of work that comes into it. Or you could sell a high ticket product that's $5,000, $7,000 with 20% take home profit. So off of 20% margins off a $5,000 order, you'll make $1,000 take home profit. And so your goal is just to clean like 5, 6, 7, 8 of those orders, and you'll have yourself a full-time income. You'll have yourself a business where you could work from anywhere you want. I mean, although low ticket dropshipping does that as well, but from my experience, high ticket worked better for me. The core difference between high ticket dropshipping and low ticket dropshipping is primarily the logistics and the back end behind the operation. Because with low ticket dropshipping, you're focusing items that are for the masses, you're capitalizing more on trends, trying to get relevant, and then you have to sell in quantity versus high ticket where you might have to sell less quantity, higher quality, and that will break down into the logistics. Meaning when you're selling an item from AliExpress, it might take a little bit longer to get to your client. You could use Zendrop, you could use AutoDS. All of these tools at the end of the day is gonna, maybe help accelerate your dropship business, but you're still getting the products from China. And you could say and argue that they are better, but at the end of the day, you're still sharing and sourcing the same products with 99% of dropshippers. So it's gonna be very hard for you to compete, which is why I don't recommend low ticket. I think low ticket, you have slower shipping times. Your customer service is gonna be harder to keep up because you're competing against giants like Amazon. You're gonna have lower quality products, which means your margins are gonna be less. And that's why I do high ticket dropshipping. So a good example of high ticket dropshipping is Wayfair. And like Wayfair, you could capitalize on dropshipping high ticket products. Just like my students all over here on our client results, Weird Flex, but okay Marcus. If we were to go into the navigation bars and you guys go into all of these different niches, there's so many different niches you could go into for high ticket dropshipping. So for example, if you go into bath and then you go into show more filters, you go into pricing, and you sort the items by price point. If you sort it by like $5,000, value must be, okay, so 2,500 and above. Now you could look at all of these items that are being sold. So instead of trying to sell a $35 item, sell an item that's $3,000 $4,000, $5,000. And the startup cost for your traditional dropshipping store is pretty minimal compared to high ticket dropshipping. I will argue high ticket dropshipping might have a little more startup costs versus low ticket, but that's okay. So this is how the numbers work for your traditional low ticket dropshipping store. All right, so the cost of your traditional low ticket dropshipping store is, what do you really need? You need your Shopify, which is the web hosting platform. That's how you get your actual storefront. So that is about $3 for 93 days. Then you're gonna have apps for your Shopify store, which is $50 to $150 per month. And then you pretty much run either Facebook ads, and then you invest into cost, which will either come from AliExpress or Zendrop or AutoDS. That is generally the startup cost that I see. You have to pay money for Shopify, which is how you manage your storefront. You have $3 for 93 days, and then it goes into $39 per month, I believe, right now. I'm not sure of the plans. Let's look together. So the cost of your Shopify store right now is $29 a month if you do the yearly plan, but if you do monthly, exactly, it's $39, and then $105 if you want to go with more options. I think when you first start off, having $39 a month is perfectly fine. And as you start scaling, you could go into $100, but even when you scale, unless you have crazy parties, I mean, 15 accounts, I think 5 is good enough. But other than that, you have apps to make the store look worthwhile. And I'm not gonna go deep into the apps you need for a low ticket dropshipping store because I don't run low ticket stores anymore. But the other cost that you're gonna invest into is Facebook ads, and then your cost of goods sold, which is products from AliExpress, Zendrop, AutoDS. And just so you guys could see the numbers on the board, let's say you sell an item for $50 and your margins are 20%. So that's $10 per sale. So for you to hit $500, you'll make $100. And so if you make $5,000, then you'll make $1,000, right? But at $50 an item, you need 100 orders to get to $5,000 in revenue, which would pretty much give you your $1,000 in profit, but at the cost of 100 orders, 100 customers, which is a lot of emails and tracking numbers. So supplier is key. And if you're finding suppliers from AliExpress, Zendrop, AutoDS, I mean, it's just not the best way to go. So that is pretty much the cost of what it is to start up for your traditional dropshipping store. Now, let's talk about the cost to set up a high ticket dropshipping store. Actually, should I have deleted this? I shouldn't delete this for you guys. So I'll just go down or something like this. Yeah. So high ticket dropshipping startup costs. You're gonna have to pay $299 for LLC setup. Now you could use LegalZoom or you just get an accountant. I've seen accountants charge 500 plus, but at least you get it done right. I've personally went and gone to accountants to start it, but over here you can see you could start your LLC for free. Well, it's not gonna be free, you're gonna have to pay for your LLC. But if you click start my business and then you start filing it, it is gonna be $299. But I assure you, once you get past that, I mean, you just have to set up your LLC. It's a one-time cost and you're good. The next thing that you're gonna need is Shopify, which is very similar to low ticket dropshipping. You're gonna have to have Shopify for the $3 for 93 days, which is gonna incur to about $39 a month anyway after that. So let's add this to apps. And then you also have Shopify theme. So when it comes to your Shopify theme, you could use different themes. You could use a free theme. You could use a theme that is premium from Shopify. You could use a theme that is premium that is not from Shopify, meaning you could use places like Theme Forest to find themes. These are pretty much themes written by other people where you could plug into your WordPress, WooCommerce, Shopify, or you could just go into Shopify premium themes. You can see there's $250, $450, $310. Now, if you're gonna ask me which themes I recommend, I say go original and don't look at what other high ticket dropshipper stores are using anymore because you don't wanna look like everybody else. But if you have to, you could try Prestige, you could do Empire, you could just look through 9 pages of themes and just build out a store that looks good. It shouldn't look the same, your high ticket dropshipping stores. But going back into the video, the cost of a theme is gonna range you from anywhere from around $60 to $350. So you're looking at a setup cost of about $650 over here, which is your starting cost for setting up the business. This isn't with running ads or anything. This is with your Shopify setup. You have a theme, and then you have a LLC or an accountant. So it's around $650 and up for that. And then afterwards, the softwares that you're going to need are as follows. So I'll run through each software for you that I use. So OpenPhone or Grasshopper is essential, because if you're gonna run a high ticket dropshipping store, you need a phone number, a call line for customers to come and buy from you. So that is how you're gonna do it. OpenPhone or Grasshopper, that's about $19 a month. So you could search OpenPhone over here. You could look at the pricing. It's $15 a month per user now, actually. But if you go to monthly, it is $19 a month to start. And to look at Grasshopper. So Trevor, my business partner, uses OpenPhone. He started off with OpenPhone. I started off with Grasshopper. They both work the same. Wow, Grasshopper's $1 cheaper. Okay, so if you're a little more cheaper, you want to be a little more frugal, you go with Grasshopper. Both of them will work just fine. The point is you get a 1-800 number from this. The next thing that you need is going to be your live chat, which is your Tidio or Chatra. If you're enrolled inside Peakflow Academy, you can have our CRM, but the Tidio and Chatra are about $50 a month. So Tidio is a live chat tool used to talk with your customers. So when someone goes onto your website and they want to buy something from you, they'll live chat you on the bottom right corner and you'll have a live chat. So having a live chat like that will cost $50. And then you're also going to need reviews. So Judge Me reviews is about $15 a month. Judge Me reviews is great. You can also use Lux reviews. I recommend Judge Me, but both of these apps are great when it comes to using reviews for your Shopify store. So $15 a month, you guys could see. And then after that, what you'll also need is Simprosys. So I'm not going to go too in depth into what Simprosys is, but Simprosys is what's going to connect your store to Google Shopping. And it's very important. It's relatively cheap. I think it'll go up to $10 a month depending on how many products you have. It's relatively cheap, but you're going to need this because it will connect your product, your Shopify storefront, to Pinterest, Google, Facebook. It connects it for you. So it does like computer language, connecting your Shopify store to the marketing platforms. Very important, very crucial, highly recommend it. Let's just say it'll average about to $10 a month. And then you also have Klaviyo, which is free because Klaviyo is email marketing, and you should have your email marketing in place so that when somebody comes onto your website, they could go ahead and get sent emails. After Klaviyo, you also, last but not least, have Zapier. I highly recommend Zapier. It's about $29 a month, but because you have Zapier, you can now ping things. Now, automation is a little bit more expert, but you could still use it if you're a beginner, meaning automations are used to keep things more streamlined. Let's say I get an email from my supplier, but I'm not always checking on emails. Because I'm using automations, I could then ping myself when I do get an email from a certain supplier, and that has helped me tremendously with the communication of my suppliers, because people think I'm checking my emails all day, but no, I'm not checking my emails all day. I just get a notification when I get an email from my supplier, which makes me respond a lot faster, which helps me beat other dropshippers in the game, because a lot of dropshippers are just so out of it. They don't know how to set up automations. They're just always relying on email, and they get burned out, and then they wonder why their business crashes. So Zapier automations, it's something really good to learn, probably a video that I'll make more in the future later, but that is really it. So if you were to sum up the cost of this, it would go to roughly around $150 a month. And there we go. To start up the business, you're gonna need $150 a month to keep the apps running for your high ticket dropshipping store. You have your LLC costs, as well as the Shopify theme and your Shopify store. That's about $650. And my recommended starting capital is $2,000. That was how much I had for my low ticket dropshipping store too. And then I just went on to an entire journey. But to sum it up, if I were to start all over again, $2,000 starting budget is more than enough for a high ticket dropshipping store, especially when most of the money after these fixed and recurring costs is going into ads. Like, you're gonna be spending money onto Google ads, you're gonna be spending money onto SEO maybe, and all of that is really just what? Marketing. So you're gonna spend money into marketing, and then you're gonna spend money into cost of goods sold, which is not gonna be, AliExpress. It's gonna be high ticket suppliers. So I'll go dive a quick preview of how high ticket dropshipping suppliers are like. Let's say we're in the bathroom vanity niche over here, and we go ahead and we look for some suppliers. So let's say Willow Collections vanity. So you guys could see that they are a entity of themselves and you can actually contact them. You could apply to become a dealer for them. So you could literally just come over here, send the script that we give to all of our students in Peak Flow and apply to become a dealer. You can also see if they have a dealer program. You'll see that some high ticket dropshippers, I'll show you guys and give you guys a quick example. Like Sunray Sauna has a dropship program, like very blatantly obvious. They'll say, would you like to participate in the dropship program? Other high ticket suppliers might not show this level of dropship friendliness to you, but the point is you want to find suppliers that have this dropship friendly program. Now, to conclude this video, I know this might seem like a lot of money for some, and I totally understand that, but let's break things down from the business standpoint of 100 years ago. Let's say 100 years ago, you're trying to start your business. Not even 100 years ago. Let's say you're trying to start up a business in your parents' era. Do you know how hard it is to start a business pre-internet, pre-Shopify? For you to start a business, you had to invest into product development. You had to invest into the cost of the product, the logistics, the warehousing, the storefront. You have to invest into staff. All of that requires a huge amount of capital. Whereas now you could literally build a 6-figure a month e-commerce business with a starting budget of $2,000. And that is being a little less fruitful. Like that is being generous. You could technically start with like 500 to 1,000 if you know exactly what you're doing, but $2,000 to start to have the potential to hit like 7 figures is crazy. So just think about it, guys. You guys don't have to hire staff to stand on your store anymore. You guys don't have to worry about any of that brick and mortar location stuff. You just have to know what you want to sell. Use Shopify, which is $29 a month to get what you want to sell started. Find suppliers, run ads, and you now have a potential business that could change the entirety of your life. So regardless, I love dropshipping, specifically high ticket, but I think both dropshipping styles work. And it's crazy to see how I have friends that I graduated from college with. They're transitioning from the corporate world into the business entrepreneur world, and they've saved up like $250,000, or they're investing and borrowing money from the banks, like $250,000, so that they could franchise and build a business from someone else's business model. But they're investing so much money when I'm just like, bro, you give me like 10% of that, like $2,000, we could get a high ticket store running and probably make better returns, and it'd be easier to manage than this. But it's crazy. Some people do it, other people don't. I don't know, but this is my experience with high ticket dropshipping. I think it's the best business model to get started as a beginner, especially in 2024 and onwards, when you don't have much knowledge in business. You get to learn everything without really investing a lot of money into it. The people that are gonna invest $250,000 to franchise a business is gonna learn the same fundamentals of business operations, product development, sales team, marketing, customer service, but they've had to go through the stress of $250,000 in capital to invest, and then they have to make that money up and then try to make profits after that. Man, high ticket dropshipping is the wave, guys. So that is it for today's video, guys. Make sure that if you're a struggling dropshipper or you're a beginner looking to get started into e-commerce and you're struggling to hit $10,000 a month with dropshipping, check out the one-on-one mentorship application down below. We have an exclusive one-on-one program where we help students like you get to $10,000 a month in profit in 24 weeks or their money back guaranteed. So just check the link down below to see if you're a good fit for the program. But if you're not interested in one-on-one mentorship, which I totally understand, we also have a free mastermind group where I am trying to connect and build a network of high-performing e-commerce entrepreneurs from all walks of life, everywhere around the world, and it is completely free. Check out the mastermind down below as well. And if you guys found value in today's video, hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think. My name is Marcus Slam. Thank you all so much for your time, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.